Welcome to Sad Boys, a comedy podcast about feelings and... Do I say a comedy podcast? I don't say a comedy podcast.
We've talked about it before, and it works.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this show still. Maybe we should...
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm remembering we have no idea what we're doing. That was why, right?
Yeah, okay. Welcome to Sad Boys. Welcome to Sad Boys, a podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis.
And I'm a Jordan. This is the new me. I prefer him to the old one.
That's what, Fredophobia or whatever?
Yeah. I'm in love. I'm done with The Sopranos. I got bored of it, but it has influenced me quite a bit, and I'm actually I'm something of an old. I love the old country job.
Today we're joined by a very special guest, and the special guest is Jordan. So,
hey, what's up?
Everybody in the chat who thinks they know who it is, get bent.
Nice try. I'm the special guest every single week. The special guest that we only take special guests that are tall, unfortunately. So we couldn't find anybody that fit into that category today.
Yeah, our only guests are we are both green, Jordan is green, I'm green.
Thank you.
So yeah, so our guests. So we can only have people on who are green here.
We need a tall, not tiny, green, not green.
I mean, Nick is here, but he's not a guest. He's not a guest.
I can't even see him.
Yeah,
Too little.
He's just always off. He's always out of frame. No, the guest is Jordan. The guest is Jordan.
Hey, what's up?
Keep your eye on the prize.
Hi,
Nick, get out of frame.
Oh, yeah,
what are you doing? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Son of a gun. Okie dokie. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
I have an outline. I have things I want to talk about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a
Things,
podcast.
but I defer.
Say what?
I got a couple things, but defer, please. Take it
Good.
away.
Well, no, I mean we should start with how we start every episode. How is your
Welcome to the comedy podcast about having a joke and a good old time.
Is Nickisnotgreen the guest? No.
I'm here. I'm not the guest.
No, he's just here.
I mean, he's the guest at your house.
Jordan is the guest.
Thanks for having me again.
I'm the guest. My presence is
I really appreciate the 70 or whatever recurring guest spots you've been able to give me.
Yeah. I figured that was nice of me.
Do we have any idea how many episodes? Because there's the batch of lost episodes.
I would guess
ones.
45 or something.
Yeah,
and there's only oh wait, no, there's way more.
I think it's more. Yeah, it was at 30 something when we in 2017.
It's probably 50 or 60, but we haven't released them all.
And sometimes you and me just hanging out counts as an episode, in my opinion.
Yeah. So welcome back to the podcast where two lifelong friends talk about life for a long time. I'm Rhett, and I'm Link. That's the Ear Biscuits podcast.
Get that shit out of here.
We hate those
Nick,
guys.
do your
Rhett
podcast
and
intro.
Link.
More like smell and stink.
Yeah, more like.
Thank you.
Brett. No, fuck. What rhymes with Rhett?
No, it's okay. Do you want to take some time?
Fret.
More like Brett.
More like
More like Brett.
Rhett. More like Rhett. Oh my god, Nick too far? Really?
Nick
Yeah,
too
more
far?
like rat.
Oh, about stink and sweat
Oh,
and stink.
not too far away from the camera. I see.
Nick too far.
Yeah, no, he went too far with his comment.
I see. No, Rhett and Link.
Wet
and stink. There we go. That's good. Yeah.
Wet and
Yeah,
stink.
perfect.
No, shout out to Rhett and Link.
I'm a mythical beast.
They're cool, I guess. We'll probably have them
Nick.
on the podcast at some point.
Nick, your
Nick's not allowed
podcast
to
intro
come.
now. You
can
intro.
invite me if you want.
Say what?
Nick's time to intro. Go ahead. It's your podcast intro from your podcast.
Oh, my podcast intro?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Nick is Not Talking, the podcast where I don't do anything. Welcome back, and yep.
It's like Curtis's podcast, except for it's just 50 minutes of silence.
And I just sit there and I'm like, I actually I can't say anything, so I have a button that does that. It's a text to speech.
Oh, I should do the I should
genuinely
fix
kinda
our
good.
make this so that it doesn't do the thingy.
Ooh.
You know the thingy.
You know the thing.
Huh. Oh god. Okay. All right. We should probably both be in focus now. Is it just me or is Jordan louder than Nick and Jarvis? I don't know.
Probably. It'll be me.
Is it ruining your day? We can lower Jordan.
I can help.
No, leave that light off. It wasn't a light. It's the camera.
Why don't we leave you off? The chat.
Oh, yes. Again, too far, I think.
I look good today? Wow. That's rare. Thank you.
You doing this today? Little Nicky, too. Your hair's dried out. I saw Nick after the shower earlier. Looked very, very boyish, very Harry Styles-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Very hairy wet.
You gotta leave these celebrities alone, dude. They're never gonna do the pod.
Yeah, now you have a laundry list of people that will never go on the podcast. Rhett, Link, and Harry Styles.
You know, I think we may be able to, like, I don't know, make some inroads and have them anyway.
Yeah.
I think, genuinely, it's the accessing and making sure he has available time. I don't think Harry Styles is off the cards forever.
Not
I think
forever.
that is there's a 5% chancer.
I'm sure we have some sort of connection.
Yeah.
Both British.
Oh, true.
We are.
Both fashion icons beloved by millions.
Fact. And Harry's there too.
Both bullied online.
Okay, well, Nick, since you're here, okay, I'm gonna drop the bit where we're rude to Nick. Nick, how was your week?
My week was good. I flew into LAX on Tuesday, and
Oh yeah, I wonder if I can if I should complain about. I wonder how much I can complain about the snafu, you know.
Oh.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Originally, I wanted to have Nick come for like a project, and we ended up having to postpone the project past when Nick leaves.
By fault of not any of you. Like
not anyone's fault. It just like kind of happened that way. So it was a very unfortunate circumstance. But still, we get to hang out. But anyway, you flew into LAX.
Yeah, so I'm here for no reason. I got to hang with some people, and today's my last day, and so we're just going balls to the wall.
That's where our balls are at.
Mm-hmm.
Will you fly out again if I come over in like a week?
Yeah, I'll just figure out having someone to take care of my cat for another week.
Just ask the pilot if they can do a quick U-turn.
Oh, true.
Like and get on the plane.
And ask them if they could, get off the plane, watch your cat, and then you fly the plane back.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody can trust more than the pilot.
Now, here's a question. Let's say let's say that you had to fly a plane. Do you think...
Moi or Jordan?
Just either of you.
Both of us have different flight experience. So some of us are more decorated pilots than the other.
Yeah.
Jarvis will do the wheel, I'll do the gear stick.
Do you think if a plane was, you were in a plane and it was going to crash and you ran up to the front of the plane and both co-pilots out, do you think that you would have a chance at landing the thing?
It's only us. I can't run back and be like, hey, is there a qualified person?
It's just one, maybe the two of you together. Like, do you think there's a way where you could figure it out?
That would be a pretty funny way to die. Podcasting together.
I feel like we would hold hands. Maybe we would share a warm embrace, and we would just commit to death. Or I'd probably try to do something, and I fail.
Because all they do is go flip, flip, flip.
All they do. Okay, yeah, no, that is.
Wait, can you elaborate on that, Nick?
So there's sort of a bunch of switches on the ceiling, and you go flip, flip, flip. They probably have big labels on it that go flip this one before the plane goes up. Flip this one
down.
Yeah.
Left,
if you're
right.
And they have that one that's like, if we are unconscious, then flip this one.
Yeah, and it sort of handles
landing.
it for you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of labels on the
off.
ceiling.
I do think that like autopilot does do a lot, but then landing I think is like a more manual process, right? So start stream and hope there's a pilot in your chat.
I'm going to disparage the entire profession and say all of it's easy, especially landing.
Yeah.
Landing's just driving a car.
That's going to end up being Jordan's last words when he's like, all of it's easy, including landing. Here I go.
Dude, we just have to find out where the black box is and we can record a final episode of the show.
Do we have to record it into the black box?
Yeah.
They're like, what? It's like the black box keeps track of the position of the airplane. It's pinging satellites or whatever. And also, it has Adobe Audition on it.
Yeah.
That's fortunate.
And
Yeah.
2 microphones. Who
Need to
knew?
get the RSS out now.
Yeah. Yeah, and a little internet connection for uploading specifically to Libsyn.com.
There's no time. We have to go now.
Yeah, we have an emergency
Nick?
podcast.
How confident do you feel? I mean, genuinely, I
Well,
think there's
real
a not
quick, I
0%
do just want to
there.
say that if we could go over the loudspeaker and just be like, excuse us, passengers, we are going to be recording an emergency podcast before we all die. Sorry. Sorry for if
Can we
that
have
was
some
too loud
feedback?
for anybody.
Oh, that's quite nice. Kind of ASMR for pilots only.
I think what I would do is first I would put the flight on autopilot. I would know how to do that.
Yeah.
And then I'd
button.
buy the in-flight Wi-Fi, $8 with Southwest.
Nice.
Not great Wi-Fi, by the way.
I was like, wait,
No.
are you? It's not like you're shilling Southwest, and then now you're.
Yeah.
I don't know whose side you're on.
No, it's bad.
They
Okay.
should be able to give you the Wi-Fi for free if the plane's crashing.
Yeah, there should be a button that's like,
Ding dong.
you know how like you can still call the police even if you can't get into someone's iPhone? Like they should have that for a plane.
Yeah, the emergency.
It's an
the
emergency.
way you described it. You know when you can't get into somebody's
Bizarre.
iPhone, you're like, at least I can call 911.
Yeah. But I would put it on
I
autopilot.
can't get into my girlfriend's phone. Is this the police?
Yeah.
Need help.
I would tweet and be like, hey, who knows how to land a plane? Because you can't do much else on that Wi-Fi but text and
I
and
see.
You,
Yeah.
you can do the bare minimum.
Specifically on Southwest Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video's not
Yeah,
going to
tell me
work.
about it.
YouTube's not going to really fly. And then...
No pun intended.
Yeah. And then... Oh, that's funny. And then I would head towards an ocean, and I would sort of ride the shore, down the side of the shore. But, like, you know, like a mile out, I'd see the shore off to my left, and I'd be flying.
Right,
And then
yeah.
I'd slowly land it and just really grace the water and into the water. And
Your
hopefully
answer
it
is
stops.
surf. Your
At
answer
what
is
point-
you'd surf to safety.
Yeah. Wait. At what point did you learn how to land the plane in that? Did you
Well,
tweet? Wait. What did you do? I zoned out for a second, and
The
you were
tweet
like,
is just a fail safe, like in case someone's like, here's exactly what you need to do. That's
Oh,
just a lucky
in
thing.
case the plane's crashing.
Yeah. So that's just like while I'm headed towards the ocean, I might as well see if someone's got some tips for me.
I kind of feel like you should just tweet it now.
Just
Oh,
in
just to
case.
get ahead
that's like
of it.
that
Just in
reminds me of
case.
that tweet that went viral that was like, here's a tip that might save your life. If you're like lost on a hike or something like that, you can like set your voicemail to your location, and then people will be able to find you. And then every expert was like, no, you cannot do that if you don't have service. And then also there's other things that you should be doing, like contacting emergency services
Why
instead
would
of hoping
people-
somebody calls your phone.
Why would people
Hoping
think that
somebody
would
that
work?
calls you and doesn't
It
hang
went
up after
viral.
5 rings.
I think at a certain point it got so many likes that people were just like, it must be true.
Like, do they just think that when it comes to voicemail, sending a voicemail, like, the internet will just like work for that?
I didn't know that when that went viral, it was insinuating that you didn't need service to change your voicemail.
Yeah.
I just thought they were saying you could do that, but I'm like, if you could do that, then why wouldn't you just contact someone who
Yeah.
could more directly help you?
It depends if you got mates. If you don't have any friends and you're on a hike where you got lost, what's the context on this one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think because
Help. Hey, what's up? It's me, Jordan. I'm being attacked by a mountain lion. Anyway, you can find me somewhere in
Here's
Saskatchewan.
my coordinates.
yeah, no, that's kind of what it was. I mean, this was like a big thing. There were like articles written about it.
Well, how do you know your coordinates if you don't have internet access?
I think it's supposed to be like, I'm on this trail. This was the last like landmark I was at, or something like that.
Yeah, here's all the specifics of where I am, but I am lost.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to like, because it was in the wake of people actually like dying.
On hikes.
Yeah, it was like a family. I didn't mean to bring this down,
Jesus.
but I was.
Well,
but
could have voiced
it
one.
is
I don't know
it
if
is
we're
valid to
criticizing-
like get lost in the wilderness or be incapacitated. Like, for
Right.
example, this family, like the climate shifted very dramatically from when they left, so it became hot, and then the family, their newborn kid and their dog all died due to heat exhaustion.
Why are we doing this?
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, I
What
was
more details?
because
newborn
you,
dog.
No, newborn baby.
What is-
Oh, I was
Do
like,
you guys have emergency backpacks? Actually, I don't know if emergent or like are there natural disasters where you're from, Nick? Actually, I have no idea.
I live in Illinois, so no, not really. I
Okay.
think
Do
sometimes
you have
a
like one
tornado
of those
comes
emergency, like I've got water and
Yeah, we don't have
battery
those.
or whatever.
We
Ooh, I
have
don't know, dude.
basements too here, so we're not here where I'm from.
We didn't have basements in Florida.
Yeah, they don't do
You
basements.
didn't
in
or you
Florida.
did?
Yeah,
That's where I was born.
I was
and
pretty
never-
jealous of people with basements.
You were
Because
born
there
in
was a
Florida?
thing in Clearwater. This guy.
I'm the number one famous
most
birthdays
famous birthday in Clearwater.
in Clearwater, Florida. Number 4, IG messaged me and said, "I'm gonna take your spot," and I was like, "Says you, but I'm sitting at a pretty 6,000, and you're sitting at a what? I don't know what she
Not
said.
bad. Not that
Which
shit.
is much
What
higher.
birthday? What is there a voting pool? Can I vote for one of you?
I think there's a boost button. I don't know what it does. It just kind of turns a different color when you tap it. Here's the thing.
Clearwater.
I have a fear of running into a bear in the wilderness. Now, I don't go in the wilderness,
Right.
but I did work at a summer camp when I was a junior in college. I was a videographer for a summer camp, and the photographer was a very outdoorsy person, and I was like, I don't know why I got this job. Like, I don't know why I decided this is what I want to do, because I don't go outside.
Right.
And so I asked him, we were walking, and I was like, hey, I've always had this fear of running into a bear, and I know what people say. They say, if it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. Because if it's a black bear, it's going to try to kill you either way, even if you lie down. So they're like, you might as well get big, get loud, freak out, and try to scare it away, or do whatever you can, because you're going to die either way. Then brown, they're like, if you pretend you're dead and you're really quiet, they're going to walk away, and they're not going to worry about you. But
They've got an honor code.
yeah, they have a certain way they do their business. And so I asked him, and he's like, well, while that is true, you can't necessarily tell just by looking at it. Like, all brown bears aren't just the color brown, and all black bears aren't just the color black. So
Well, okay.
I forgot what he said. I think he was like, no matter what, you should try to, like, get big. Like, you're supposed to, like, make yourself look really big and yell, but I'm still scared because I'm not 100% sure. So I'm like, if I ran into a bear,
now I'm confused. I'm like,
It seems like the tip was fight every bear.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, so black bears are like this, brown bears are like black bears will kill you, brown bears won't, but you can't tell the bears apart, so all bears will kill you or
Yeah.
whatever.
And so I'm still scared because I always forget when I look it up what the real tip is. So I'm like, I think what I would do, personally, I feel like I would freak out and just sprint as fast as I can. But I know you're not supposed. That's like the one thing you're not supposed to do because they're faster than you. They're gonna destroy you.
I'm
It's a
I'm
bear.
like a 2 mile an hour. I'm gonna
You know,
get the shit
yeah,
kicked out
you
of
know
me.
what grizzly bear can easily take on a gorilla and beat it in a fight, like no problem. Yeah, because I saw a poll.
I didn't know.
I saw a poll on Twitter, and some guy was like, somebody was like, who would win in a fight, gorilla or grizzly bear? And I was like, gorilla, easy. Like, they're fast, they're limber, they'll
They
rip
got
you apart.
weapons.
And then I went in the comments. It was like 50-50. I went in the comments thinking like gorilla easy, and there were people who were like, "Oh, I'm a like freaking zoologist, and like a grizzly would destroy." Like, a grizzly's mouth is like a freaking chainsaw, and it would destroy anything coming in its path, and it's big and it's strong, and even if a gorilla's faster, there's no chance, there's no shot.
Dude, nah. The gorillas can have the capacity to communicate with other gorillas via sign language and like make
Yeah,
a
and
plan.
bring them all in. One will
Yeah,
see
it's
it, and
gonna-
it'll be like,
It's gonna be like the Ewoks.
yeah, and they'll all come
They'll
out.
throw down a net.
But do you think 2 gorillas could beat 1 grizzly bear?
One-
I
mean,
I,
It's kind of like that versus Batman question, is it?
Was that like was that the
preparation.
final? Like, and with all that being said, do you think 2 gorillas can win?
I think,
And accounting for that, 3.
yeah. But if I was to get into a fight with either of them, I think I'd pick the bear, just because the bear, I know there are ways to get around it. I feel like a gorilla would just rip you to shreds.
Oh my,
there's, like,
yeah, we're dead with a gorilla.
there's bear repellent. It's like
Oh, yeah,
pepper
bear
spray, but
spray.
stronger.
It's a submachine gun.
Yeah, it's a Glock.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, there's bear repellent.
Whoa, shit, dude, I'm sorry.
If you shot a
Puts his
bear
hands
in the
up.
face, do you think it'd stop?
what are we talking about?
I think if you shot one in the stomach or the chest, it wouldn't do anything. Quite honest.
It
It
wouldn't
would
do
ping
it. Like,
off.
I think it would stay.
I'm sure there are some hunters that could answer your questions.
What do you mean it would stay?
It would-
Yeah, on the ground forever.
Like, I think you would, like, sit there and be like, I'm still gonna kill you.
Yeah, when a bear gets shot in the stomach, it's like, oh, that means stay.
Yeah, better stay here.
Don't shoot bears.
Understood,
It's really
sir.
hard to get right, and you're more likely to turn them aggressive. I was right. What do you know?
What if you shoot it?
Yeah.
Wait, which scenario is good? Wait,
Don't
I'm gonna look
shoot
up
the
how
bear.
to fight a bear.
What do you? So it's like, what are
Gotta
you
be
supposed to
wiki
do? It's like if you see a bear, don't shoot it, don't run away, don't stay there. It sounds like what are you supposed to do?
Well, most likely
Don't
you're
go
screwed.
hiking.
I think what you're supposed to do is make your body look big, like you're supposed to make your arms really high, and you're supposed to scream at them and like be like, "Stop, bear! Stop!" Oh my gosh! Have you guys
you
seen?
speak English to the bear?
Have,
Stop,
bear.
Mr. Bear!
Have you
Halt
seen-
where you
Very well.
stand.
have
You have to
seen
speak
the-
with respect.
Yeah, please. There's this video from Utah around where my friend, where Derek lives. I think he went to high school with the guy, but it went viral and he was in a forest preserve and like it was like a tiger or like a I would have to look
That's
it up.
not a bear.
It was like a
I
what
don't know
animal
black bear,
was
I don't know brown bear. I know tiger.
the video stressed me out so mad, like so bad. It was like this angry animal, and this kid is like freaking out.
I remember. Sorry, I'm yawning. I remember seeing that video of that woman that was trying to protect her dog from like a bear, but it was like
Yeah.
a young bear.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Utah Cougar attack.
Fantastic.
We should watch it soon. Its viral video shows Cougar stalking Utah hiker in terrifying 6-minute encounter. So the Cougar was like running at this guy, and the guy was like, "Stop!" He was like, "Stop right now!" He was like yelling at it, and like he was like freaking out. And I was like,
Stop in the name of the law.
And the Cougar would like run at him and then stop and like
was
pounce
sizing
at
him
him.
up for like how old he is and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a cougar. And they were like, oh, it's not really my type.
I'm currently reading WikiHow How to Survive a Bear, and all 6 of the points I've read so far are fight it sometimes but not always.
See, that's the scary part is like I don't want to be in the encounter and then be like, why didn't I figure it out back when I had the time?
Yeah, I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I die
Yeah.
by a bear. There's a fucking okay. Actually, you know this one. That's what I say. It says you should prepare to know when it's okay to play dead and when it's not. It suggests that you lie down on your front and pretend to play dead. On the other
Pretend to
hand,
play
many bear experts recommend that you should never play
See,
dead.
that's what I'm saying.
However, if you do and the brown bear or grizzly roughs you up a bit, stay flat and silent. If he starts to lick your wounds, stop playing dead. That part, do you mean like elbow him while he's licking your wounds?
He's
It's not
licking your
really
wounds,
what-
and you're like, it tickles.
Yeah, how are you supposed to recover from that without him just going, "Oh, now I need to kill you"? Because he's
Yeah.
licking
neck
you.
lock.
You
It's
go,
a leg lock.
gotcha, I'm alive, and then
The
he's
bear
like,
will spring
oh,
back
you
out of
got me.
surprise.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
sort of he does a reset where you get to stand up and like you start the battle once again.
Yeah.
The bear lies down, pretends it's dead.
Okay, so if I've run into a bear, I think what I would do. So do you guys think if you ran into a bear, let's say I think what I should do is get big and yell and scare it away, and make myself seem massive, and if it starts attacking me, yeah, I'm gonna run away. But do you think that if you were in that scenario, you'd be courageous enough to like do it?
My thing is like, I'm not Ant-Man. I can't make myself look that much bigger than I am.
But they're dumb animals. Like you're supposed to just get your hands like big. and
Holy
you're
shit,
supposed
dude.
to-
Well, all right,
What
Nick,
the
first thing I'm
fuck,
gonna do is
Dude, did y'all
Jesus,
see it?
Nick.
Nick just got huge.
No,
You're
like-
not huge.
Like this is
I thought you were
me.
really short,
Wait,
dude. What the
it's
hell?
me. But if you like,
Oh,
you're
wait, no,
supposed
he's
to go
little
like
again.
this and be like this big and like wave your arms and be like, away, bear, away.
Ah,
Changing
Sorry,
size, dude.
Yeah, in your head, I was like this big. I was like pin.
Yeah, dude, you had
Pin from Spider-Verse.
you had me
Whoa,
for a
I'm
second.
sorry.
there.
I was about ready to start eating your wounds, but then you put your arms up in the air.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good thing you shot me
I mean-
in the stomach, because then I need to stay.
I stayed.
Yeah,
I better
so-
stay.
I don't know.
Nick, my legitimate answer is what would I do in a bear attack? I would die. That
Yeah.
would be the thing that I would do. Is
Yeah, and that's
100%
okay.
be killed.
I don't want to go out.
Yeah,
like
what a way to
that.
go out. First thing I do is I change my voicemail.
Hey guys, bear gonna kill me.
I tweet.
I
I do my first
the
TikTok.
force
Well, I think we
percentage
can all agree that you would never get lost in a in a situation
leave.
where, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to get lost in
I would
my
just
office.
I would
or
just use my
something.
GPS and find my way home. Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I would actually just run faster than the bear. Is what I would do. I would use my training.
Oh, that was weird. Did you see that? It like
Oh no.
went really crunchy for a second, and then like it's fine actually. Okay.
Oh, I had another question and I forgot.
Is it about wildlife?
Was it
Might
about
have
how to
been.
avoid a bear?
Because I have
Whoa.
some
one of them is
things that are
packing
not
wisely.
wildlife related that I want to talk about.
You're like, I have a list. And we're like, okay.
One second, we don't have to talk about my list.
I had it in my head for a second. I was like, I remembered a story I wanted to tell and now I forgot. Well, we'll come back around to it if I remember.
So I was shooting a bear.
So yeah, I was in the forest and I had my Glock out, and I shot this bear. Okay,
And it returned fire.
what is?
I caught the bullet.
Have we started the podcast yet?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, we're halfway in.
We
If
need
not-
responsible bear tips. Imagine somebody's lost in the forest right now and they're listening to a downloaded
Yeah,
episode.
I was just trying to ask how everybody's week was, but this is, I mean,
Because I always
Yeah,
I
how was
thought
your
this was
week?
like the
Have you spent-
pre-show, and then it was like,
no, we did the whole intro and everything.
That's
with the-
true.
yeah, and then
Little
I
Nicky.
said we start the podcast with how was your week, and you were like, my week's good. I went to LAX, and also, have you heard about how to escape a bear? And we were captivated.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Nick, have you spent a lot of time in LA prior to visiting and stuff?
The first time I ever was here was when I last visited Jarvis in September. No, it was earlier. Than
It was
that.
earlier because I got Dipper at the beginning of September.
It was like July, maybe, perhaps.
Did you get to see it though, or was it? I don't know how long you were there.
I think I was here for the same amount of time, maybe a day longer.
I
and
feel like
we saw more than this.
I was gonna say because I feel like you had more of a plan coming into it last
Yeah.
time, and we've mostly been doing content. We didn't really do content last time,
No, we didn't.
and to this we did like a little bit. We did like that video with Elsie.
Oh yeah, but this time heaps of content,
This time there's heaps of content, to be frank.
especially for the
Oh,
time.
heaps. I want heaps.
Sorry, no heaps for you.
So, I just noticed my last 3 Google searches are pilot dating app, Nick Green famous birthdays, and how to fight a bear WikiHow.
They don't call me Nick Green on famous birthdays. We've had this conversation.
Yeah, strangely we have had this conversation because Nick brings up famous birthdays at every opportunity.
It
so
comes up
we
often.
all it comes up by you. You bring it. If you bring it up, it's not like it comes up. That's like a choice.
What a weird thing that has happened.
That's my speaker.
Yeah, you're right.
If we can still hear,
The
then I'm not even
42nd
gonna
most
fix it.
popular first name Nick and 44-year-old Webstar number 16 is Grim Green.
44 Webstar number 16 sounds like a fucking like sci-fi novel name for somebody like in the future.
Okay, pull up your list, Jarvis. I want to see what you have.
I mean, I feel like it
Maybe
can't
it's
hold a
fine, but-
candle to this. I think everyone would be disappointed if we went away from this wildlife conversation at this point.
I had like something interesting I wanted to say, and I'm.
I mean, okay, so these are things that I don't know if I have the energy to do I was like gonna do a little rant. I don't really know if I have it in
You'll
me.
find the energy in the rant, I bet.
But no, so I've never seen Seinfeld.
Oh, ever?
No. And I used to like to say that like black people didn't watch Seinfeld, which is true. Like there were other sitcoms and things that I watched. I watched Martin, amongst other things. Living Single. There were black sitcoms, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Never saw Seinfeld, and I went to the dentist recently, or I've had to go to the dentist a couple of times because I'm getting a crown, and they had to like figure out that I needed a crown because I'm a king, and then I had to like get the crown filled, and then they put a temporary in, and then I had to go back for a permanent one, and then they put the permanent one in, and they were like, we sized this wrong, so you have to come back. And so it sucked. I've been to the dentist a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And,
insane.
every
It's insane
single
how much it doesn't feel like science. It's
Yeah.
Like, oh, what?
and every time I go, Seinfeld is playing on the TV there.
In the little
And,
waiting room or in the
in the
surgery?
like I can lie back in the seat and I can look
Oh,
up
wow.
and an episode of Seinfeld is on. And Anastasia, friend of the pod, Anastasia, goes to the same dentist as me, and because it's in our neighborhood, and she showed me, or she told me about this ahead of time, and she was like, "Oh, you can get the headphones and like the remote," and I never did that for whatever reason. I was just kind of captivated by Seinfeld, but it was without Soundfeld. There was no Soundfeld, and so I was watching. I've watched like 6 episodes of Seinfeld, 8 episodes of Seinfeld at this point, with no audio, subtitles on, at the dentist, and I have thoughts. I have thoughts about Seinfeld. It's a weird show. I mean, I think that the show, you know, it's important. It's an important show. It's like it feels like a comedy template at this point.
It's got reference,
because I see other shows influence in it. Like I kind of watch it through all of the shows that have influenced it. So I feel like I've seen every episode already. That's one thing. Another thing, the characters are weird. Kramer sucks. Pointless character.
Terrible guy.
Apparently he was really popular.
He's really he's a cool guy in real life.
Yeah, I do know about him being racist.
He's a cool guy in real life, and I have been in a coma for 30 years.
Yeah, but what Anastasia was saying is that he was like a hugely popular character back when the show was airing, which is very interesting.
Yeah, he was like
the Dwight.
Bart, you know, right?
I guess, but like Dwight's so funny, much funnier, huh? Jordan?
Yeah, that's the perfect comparison. It is like it's Michael Scott. He's like the highlight kind of thing, or
yeah. But it was interesting. So like that's why my one take is that Kramer's a pointless character. All of his B plot lines are stupid, so dumb. Like, what is the point? It's like, it was like
Why are they friends with him?
Yeah, it's like he barges into your house. He's got like a business idea where he's putting butter on his face to shave because he was stealing Jerry's shaving cream, and now that he's done stealing Jerry's shaving cream, the only thing he can do is not buy shaving cream but put butter on his face, and then that becomes a business of his.
Not significantly cheaper.
No, and so like he's pointless. And then George Costanza, I think George Costanza is a funny character. His whole bit, he's a bad man. That's the joke.
Bad person.
But it's funny. I think that character holds up.
In an Always Sunny-esque way, like not a respectable dude, but good performance, funny idea. Yeah,
like there is an episode that came on that is still edgy to this day, which is George Costanza. He sprains like his ankle, and instead of getting crutches, he gets a cane because he thinks it's cooler. And then he interviews for a job, and they think that he has like a disability, and then they treat him as if he has this disability, and they treat him really well, and so he doesn't reveal that he has a disability. Edgy to this day. It's like it's you know, it's pushing. It was trying to do something. It was pushing some envelopes, I guess. But overall, the character's funny, I think. Jerry Seinfeld, or actually, I'll leave him for last. Elaine only exists in the context of men. She's always dating someone, and even the like bit characters they're like characters that don't matter. It's like an old rich dude who's guest stars in that episode alone, or like whatever. It's always Elaine in bed with a man, Elaine talking about a man.
Elaine lying in bed with a man that she's happy with, and then he goes, I love being racist. And she goes, oh, whoa, I didn't realize.
I have not seen the show, so I'm a little confused. But I did, when I was at Belmont, listen to a seminar of the guy who wrote the Seinfeld theme song, who played the little dong 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 dong. I listened to him talking. It was entertaining and pretty
the whole thing.
Educational.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good guy from what I saw.
Jarvis, you're right in that like assessment of it's kind of like Lord of the Rings to fantasy, right? Where it's like, oh, Lord of the Rings is so generic, but it just established
and it's like
everything.
I get that when it came out, it was transformative. Obviously, I could point out so like some of these things are obvious, right? Like women, the role that women play in the show. There's also it's extremely white. There's so few people of color. in
It's actually wild.
And they're in New York.
It's weird. It's weird that the obligation. That's the weird thing about shows of that era is like, okay, I can get that you just didn't care about diversity, but did you not even feel obliged? Like,
Did you not even like?
awkwardly?
Did you think it was believable that you were in like you were in New York? You went to a
Well,
Knicks
it is.
game.
Jerry Seinfeld, outside of open mics, he never interacts with black people.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And then finally, Jerry. People are like, "That's the '90s." Like I wasn't there. Like, I was
Black people were
alive.
made for
I
Twitter.
experienced the '90s.
Me too.
I also just referenced other '90s sitcoms. But and finally Jerry. It feels like the show is trying to make Jerry have a cool line. Like every script, like every like thing just like feels like it's bending over backwards to give Jerry the look at these guys. You know, cuz like that's the whole premise, I guess, is cuz like it's this straight man in this world of wacky characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it is very stereotypical. Like I found it really funny that there are actual what's the deal with jokes.
Oh yeah, unironic. Too.
But I mean the one that comes to mind was in an episode that was self-aware, but I was telling Anastasia about this and I just like went to SeinfeldScripts.com, which is apparently a website that exists, and I like went to the episode and I just searched what's the deal and it just was like right there. Which is something that I kind of want to do for every script of the show to figure out. But it was what's the deal with lampshades? If you need a lamp, why do you need shade?
That's like
It's like a
a Laffy Taffy joke.
Yeah,
dude.
it
That's
was
a bridge troll riddle.
it was in an episode where he was like bombing on like in a stand-up. So it was
He was
like,
bombing with that bit. Impossible.
It's actually that wasn't the reason that he was bombing too. It was because he made a joke about cancer, and then a guy in the audience goes, "I have cancer."
Classic.
It ruined his otherwise great joke.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Seinfeld, like an extended Seinfeld SCU? You know, like comedians are getting cars with me.
I've watched some funny guys in my vehicle drinking caffeinated beverages.
Yeah, caffeine in the caravan.
Caffeine in the caravan.
my
with
cool
my,
car.
with my comedy.
Cameo.
Yeah.
My comedy corral.
Bang bust, but funny.
Wait, that was pretty good. Coffee in the caravan with my comedy corral.
Comedy
That's
corral.
good, right?
That could be us.
We
Now
could
that
do
you're
that.
driving.
That could be good.
And we could sing songs too, and
Oh my
drive
God.
around with celebrities.
Oh, and we could have a late night show where everybody hates us.
Yeah,
Mm.
we could be British.
Hey, come on.
You
Those are
could
mine,
be
pal.
Jordan. You could be the person that when he lived in the UK, everyone loved him, and then he came to the States, and then everyone decided to start hating him.
Just somehow just despise
That sounds
the
like
exact opposite of what he
checks
had.
notes.
Why does it? Damn it! He should have brought it up.
What else is in my list here? So, I mean, Jordan, you said you had some stuff, so I don't want to dominate.
More general, I mean, like it was more a thing that I thought we could start doing, like a little highlight of the week, maybe a little low light of the week. I know it's a weird week for you, Nick, because you've been like basically just on a plane thinking about how
Yeah.
you would save everyone if the. I don't know what happened to the pilots in this idea of yours.
I don't know, honestly. Maybe they just forgot when they took off to. They didn't make it in time or something, and the plane
To
took
stay
off without
awake.
them. Yeah. I'm trying to think of if I have any like airplane qualms, because like whenever I go to the airport, I did have
deal with? Am I right?
Yeah, I had something annoying happen to me a long time ago when I was at an airport, and I never got to bring it up to that many people, so I
Okay.
will talk about it now. So,
Use the platform.
in your head,
The
imagine
floor is yours.
security line.
Okay.
You have the big round thing that goes around. You put your arms up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
5 people in the line waiting for that,
Mhm.
and you know to the left of it you have the normal rectangle one where you just
Right.
walk under, and sometimes they let people through.
Yeah, and if you're pre-checked, then that's usually where they're going to.
So imagine 5 people in the line. We're all waiting for that, and they go, and the one that goes, the normal one is far ahead of the other one. So in order to go through that one, if you were already in line, you'd have to walk backwards. Okay.
Say that one more time.
So the regular one we were all standing in front of.
Oh, you're standing in front of the regular one, not the big one.
The big one, I mean.
Oh, okay. Oh, the swoosh. Because, well, no, the reason I said the regular one, sorry, is because the old one was all it used to be.
Yeah.
But
So that
yeah.
seems like the regular one.
Right. So okay, wait. So there's the big swooshy guy.
I would draw this if I could, but just imagine this is from a vertical angle. Big swooshy guy, 5 people,
right,
and then right next to the 5th person in line, rectangle.
Yeah.
The people in the TSA agents go, "Hey, you guys, some of you guys can come over here."
Yeah.
To go in the rectangle one. And since you had to walk backwards, you see, I was number 3 in line, okay? So I was in the middle.
Yes.
Since you had to walk backwards, number 5 in line goes to the front of the line in the rectangle. Number 4 goes to the front of the line.
Oh, so that you're not just like turning around in place and then walking.
No, it was sort of like a backwards, which I don't care. It's 2 extra seconds you're walking through. I don't really care.
That's like
I'm not going to hold on to it for several years.
It's an inefficient way of doing it. Like no one should care about their position in line.
Yeah, I'm not the one in this situation who cared. Let's just say that.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
We snaked backwards, and so the girl who was, it might have not been 5, it might have been 6 or 7, but let's just say I was 3rd from the back. So now I'm 3rd in line in the rectangle, and the girl who was now in front of me is one behind me. And she says to me, "I was in front of you," and just goes in front of me in line, and like doesn't say or look at me, just goes, "I was first," steps in front of me, and like very boldly. She wasn't like, "Excuse me, do you mind if I could?" Yeah. I'm like, "Okay."
It's like she's doing it anyway, but she's giving she's like pooping out an explanation for her behavior as she like walks in front of you.
As if I was the one
we
that
both
recommended.
know it's not true, but I said.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I was in front of you."
Yeah. Like in a very
This
rude,
is actually
like,
my wallet.
She was like trying to be rude to me, and I was like, and I walk through and I give my stuff and I'm off at the same time, maybe even faster than she was, and I was like, "Man, what?" And she didn't say it to the other 2 people who were farther behind us in line, who were also waiting for rectangle time.
Wait, you went past them as well, but didn't even give them a soft explanation?
They were in front of us, and the only person she went in front of was me, who was like just behind her before that. And I was like, I just came into the rectangle line. I didn't know we were
identified the beta.
Yeah, I didn't know all of a sudden we were playing games here. I didn't know I did something wrong. But that happened.
Did nothing wrong, Nick.
That happened like a year or 2 ago, so just pop.
Oh, that was that happened a year ago. That's funny.
No, I'm not mad about it at all.
It didn't happen on your trip here.
No, I had nothing to do. My trip here was fine.
But if anybody knows where I can find this woman, get an official apology.
Deadbeat. Dude,
yeah.
Consider her a brown bear food. The thing that always gets me about the airport is well, this is just like one of those things that I'm never going to fix, but it does kind of unreasonably irritate me every time it happens.
Yep.
When you're like sitting at the gate and they start calling people and they're like Delta extra special, like superhuman mega priority, and everyone stands up and starts going to the thing. Like they're not going to be standing up for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. That
kills me because then I'm trying to figure out where I actually am in this like hodgepodge of people.
Yeah.
And if we actually just got up all at the right time, we would probably all board the plane better.
Dude, and the experience of standing up on the plane at the end of the flight and everybody gets up at the same time, thus blocking everything. That's like going in like the comments of a Steven Crowder video. It's like, I know it was going to be terrible, but it still hurts. Like every time, it's just like, we're all stupid. Yeah. And I'm going along with it. I'm doing it. I'm stupid also.
Yeah, I stand up sometimes to stretch my legs, but I don't I'm not trying to get in what kills me is when people try to get in the aisle as if that is going to do something. It's the same energy as when people honk at you on the road, like then swerve around you to get ahead of you, only to end up at the red light at the same time as you. At which point, I wish I had a horn that just went, "Hey, was that you seem like an asshole now."
Yeah.
And we're at the same place.
One
you
that
seemed
only
like a
goes into
jerk
their
and
car.
you didn't get ahead. Huh?
Like a whisper one that only goes into their car.
Yeah, that only
Yeah.
goes into their car. Ooh, message from the car next to you. Was it worth it? Was it worth it when you just like made it seem like you really needed to get somewhere fast, but you're not? Like the street lights are timed in such a way that you're often not getting any faster by speeding on a short little fucking stretch of road.
It's not even like a highway. It's just a regular road.
Yeah, it's like, what is the point? So every time I pass one of those people who was like really urging to get ahead, I like, there's something like karmically inside of me that feels good.
Yeah. But I have another bird, another confusing
I have another bird.
another like bird's eye
scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this just happened like less than a month ago, so it's more recent.
You have to figure out, less than 5 years ago this one happened.
So
Sure, yeah. Same woman.
yeah, busy road, like goes over a highway. It's not the highway, but it's like the big road that I live on in Illinois. And I'm pulling out of a place into this busy road. So you have the road here going up. There's a red light at the very top of it, and all these cars are there. And I'm turning into it. So, you like, someone usually lets you in at the red light or whatever.
Right, you're yielding to the flow of traffic.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting there looking to my left, and I pull up, and there's a big semi-truck, and then a decent amount of space. I think he was looking down at his phone is what it was. So the cars were pulling up, and there was a lot of space. Mm-hmm. And so enough for me to pull in like halfway. And so I'm like, okay, I'll pull in so I can just like edge my way into traffic. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear honking, and I look to my left, and this dude's giving me the finger, and he's in his car just like giving me the fat finger. And I was looking at him like, I just looked at him, and I was like, hey, I had room. I mean, like, as much as you can with your hands. I was just like, I was just going like this, like, it's okay. I was just saying it's okay to him.
Yeah.
And then he kept giving me the finger, and then light turned green while I was still saying it's okay to him. And then he points at me with his finger up, and he's like, well, go ahead, like all sarcastic, like, okay, go. And then, I'm not the guy who gives a finger in traffic, but I did give him the finger back.
Yeah. I haven't honked my horn yet, and I'm afraid to do it because I feel like it'll be open the floodgates.
Oh, dude, aren't you curious what it sounds like?
No.
You can set it to different sounds.
Every time I am in the car and somebody does something horrible, I have this moment of like, I go like, I'm above this. Do I want to be the person that responds this way in this situation?
Yeah.
That's what I like. I literally like try to do that.
Well, someone said.
Will they learn?
Someone said you've never honked. Keep in mind that Jarvis has been driving for like a few months now. Like he's not. He's still. He's just getting.
And is good at it.
Yeah.
Not mean.
Someone said they hate when well, how do you feel about this? So first of all, for the people who can't relate because they haven't driven, I only recently got my license, so it's like a that this is an inspirational story. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember if I interrupted you or not. But I was gonna say somebody in the chat said how do you feel when someone like the light turns green and somebody honks immediately behind you?
Oh. See, so I think it's okay. Like, I'm at the point in driving where I don't feel, like, angry when someone... Like, you can kind of tell what a friendly honk is from an angry honk. Like, if I'm at the green arrow and it's been, like, more than 2 seconds and I haven't gone, then a honk is warranted and I go, oh, sorry, and I wave my hand and I go. And, that's fine. But then, if you're at a green light and there's no... especially if there's no rushing traffic and it's been like 1 second, you haven't even had the chance to process it yet. My foot's still easing into it. Yeah. And I'm not the one to accelerate super fast. Right. Man, that just gets on my... I'm like, I haven't even had the chance to think about it.
Like it's the type of shit that if I was really letting into the petty side of myself, I would stop the car. Which would be
Just
like...
give some critical feedback.
Oh, so now... Oh, you want me to go? Well, I'm actually in park now. How do you feel?
Yeah.
But no,
Is the goal to like shock you so much that your foot goes down and hits
Right,
the gas?
that's the
'Cause otherwise
thing.
it's just distracting you.
I honked. I got honked at one time. Someone did that, and then I turned on a feature on my car that beeps when the light turns green, so that I never get honked at by another person. It's the most Jarvis shit ever.
I like that. I kind of need that because I'm pretty bad at being bored in the car, and like the light hits red, and I'm like I'm just out of it. I'm like in another world.
You're on your phone. You got your hot plate out.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
on
like
your
eating.
Switch.
I mean, you have a burrito in one hand, my phone in the other. I'm playing a game with my toes.
Yeah.
Driving
Cars
with
in
my
park.
teeth.
Yeah. Next thing I know,
I get out of my car at every red light.
Yeah. Did you guys ever do when you were, in high school and stuff? Did you ever do like the? I don't know if this is a dated term. It's called a Chinese fire drill.
I don't know what it is. My guess is definitely.
I don't. Yeah, I also
Definitely
don't know.
it's racist.
I've heard that term before, but I don't know what it is.
Now I don't know why they call it that.
Probably for racist reasons.
Yeah.
Because it's super racist, yeah.
But basically the premise is that you and your goofy friend stop at a red light and you park the car. Everyone gets out of the car and go and changes seats.
Oh, that can't be.
And by the time it turns green, you're all buckled up and ready to go.
Oh, yeah,
That's so strange. It's almost not racist again. It's not even close to any racist thing I could think
I'm
of.
not really sure what it has to do with Chinese people, but
They're always changing seats.
you got it, Jarvis.
I'm just like gonna let the blood flow. Okay, wait. So there's one more thing that I wanted to bring up, and then I'll stop bringing things up. So I'm on dating apps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a message on a dating app recently, like somebody was trying to get me to match with them, and I've realized that there's humor on dating apps, I guess, is where I would start with this.
Wait, before you continue, on this dating app, I didn't know that with this specific dating app that you can get a message before you accept.
Right.
That's interesting.
So someone can send you a message and then you receive it.
Okay.
And then you're like, this is like it's like a pickup line or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you accept based on you assess their reaction to a prompt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So there's a photo of me on this. So first I'll say, humor is tough through text. Humor is also tough on dating apps. Also, people have very different styles of humor. So
Most not funny.
I think that opening with your style of humor is actually a fine way to open, because if the person's into it, then they could be into your style, and if not, then I feel like you want to rule out the people you don't like vibe with.
Yeah, it's the speed run.
That being said, Jarvis on Raya flex. No, I am not on Raya. They never let me in.
What is Raya?
It's like a famous people celebrity dating app. Yeah,
it's a sociopath dating service.
Yeah, I've been on the I got on the waiting list for it because I was curious what it was like, because people, it's like there's memes about it and stuff, and then I've been on the waiting list for like 3 years and they never let me in. Okay, so someone said, is this going to be a breast milk joke? Because red flag. The breast milk jokes have been made, yeah. But it's not that. It's not related to my content or anything. So I have no problem with somebody trying to express themselves with their sense of humor.
Yeah.
Or take a risk by shooting their shot. However, I've experienced a couple of times when people take such a gigantic swing, and it's a big miss, and it's a big bad miss.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna read this to you because instead of like in a video where I would feel like I needed to show this, I feel like I can read it, and that way it kind of protects the person a little bit, So, because I don't mean any ill will to this person, they made an attempt, cool.
Yeah.
So there's a photo of me. There's a photo of me holding up two bottles of Zyrtec, because I have to take allergy medicine every day because of a condition I have. It isn't related to allergies. My body thinks it's got an allergic reaction to something. It's weird. So anyway, I take Zyrtec every day, and so I'm always buying Zyrtec. So there's a photo of me at Walgreens from a couple years ago where I'm like holding two bottles of Zyrtec. And I think the caption on the photo is like Zyrtec over everything or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like me and the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Something very like haha, like, but it's also from my real life. It's cute. Okay, I think it's cute.
It's a banger, yeah.
The person replies. Nick, do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
So this is basically you're seeing the photo of me with the Zyrtec, and then their comment under it.
Yeah, and it says, ideally you would still be doing this after we meet. Only difference is you'd be picking up some Plan B, smiling, crying emoji. I'm not really sure what the emoji had to do with it.
I genuinely don't know. What
it doesn't really fit the vibe.
But the joke, I guess, is like, hey, you can go. You're gonna be at Walgreens again buying contraceptive
Because you cream pied me last night.
Shit.
Is that appropriate? Do we have an ad on this?
No, we have no.
Oh,
ad.
these
There's no ad.
Zoomers, these damn Zoomers.
Oh my god. Yeah, it.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
let's boil the joke down to its simplest form.
The joke is like it's an unprotected sex joke, but not one that's like. I feel like Plan B is such a serious thing.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like not something that you casually take. You know what I mean?
It's not a it's an intense kind of difficult day.
Yeah, and so it feels like someone was introducing like a kink or some sort of like thing into that.
They could have just said you're buying me birth control.
Even that would be bad.
And that would be weird, but it'd be less weird than like this thing that usually happens in like an emergency.
I think
Or
that, like,
condoms or like anything.
I think here
Yeah,
I'm just
too,
gonna
that
say
too.
this: don't make any sexual jokes up front.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, yeah, Plan B has insane effects on your body. I thought that like you could only take Plan B a certain number of times like in your life. Like, is that chat help me out because I would know. I just know that it's like a very taxing drug.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're actually, yeah, it actually displays kind of the universal sexism that for a second there I did not even consider the fact that it was a weird harassment. It's weirdly sexual
it's just
on like the first message.
Opening with not really. Well, okay, cool. But anyway, like unprotected sex joke is a no-go.
Nice outfit.
But I
it
think
would
a
look great
sex-
on my bedroom floor, you know.
I just think a sex joke, you can take it as many times you just might explode. Takes it every time because they're rich? Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's not.
What?
Diminishes
Why
efficacy,
that's-
okay.
They're rich.
That's weird though, because why wouldn't you just get birth? Yeah.
Oh, it's very hormone heavy.
Okay, but let's.
I guess it makes intentions pretty clear. But like I don't think you make intentions clear with a joke like that. I think that
before you meet up, you make that intention.
yeah. I feel like you can. Yeah.
Listen, I think.
I mean, also, if the intention is like at some point we might have sex, I don't think that has to be clarified. Probably,
Yeah.
At least not, right?
It can
Is it
mess up your
default?
cycle a whole lot. It can take months to get back on track. Yeah, I'm just hearing it's very taxing on the body.
Very strange.
I think the basic thing besides all that is that it's just like it's just weird. It's just a weird thing to
It's a
go with
strange thing
besides
to say.
all of the like intricacies. But like
Yeah, I think that if they had said "let's bone," I wouldn't have brought it up on the podcast.
yeah,
But it at least would have been like not a it's like not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And I'm sure but like my thought is like maybe that works. Maybe somebody's like, haha, let's do it. Name the time and place.
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
not me.
It's just not Jar.
I'm sure you guys get them as well.
Loyal
but
Robin. I just joined stream and I have no context for why 3 guys are talking about birth control. It's
Well,
because of a
of
joke
a
someone
woman
made
did, and
towards
it
me
was
at a
rough.
dating app.
Yeah.
Now let's.
The door was opened not by us.
Yeah.
You know. It was
I don't
by
want
a
to be
third
the guy
party.
that says like there's a double standard here, but what would be the flipping the script the guy saying it to a girl like equivalent.
I feel like I've seen those types of things. I
mean,
feel like I've seen.
I bet you look good with your clothes on my bedroom floor. Or
Yeah.
And they're very like pushy and weird and like
for sure. And there's way more of them than there are of the reverse. I do not mean to tell the story to be like, guys deal with so much on video.
No.
I just thought it was funny for someone to take such a large swing.
Yeah.
Which is obviously happening on both to both sides.
Yeah. I just want to make the point
that as like sometimes you'll get like an inappropriate DM shooting a shot, right?
Yeah.
Like that's okay. But I kind of feel like the philosophy behind that is it's so unlikely, at least they're defaulting to, it's so unlikely that they'll respond that I might as well. It's like how people who have never had a job write on their cover letter, like, I'll murder to get the job, like something just so aggressive. They're like, then they'll remember me because they have no life experience.
Yeah.
The same sort of applies to sending a DM. Like, I literally don't even want to say the words included in it, but I got one yesterday that was like, I don't really delete messages. I'm like, I don't know, maybe they'll follow up and I won't have the context for something else. But this was like, oh no, I don't even want to see those words on my phone. It was not racist. It was just really.
Oh, I delete shit regularly because I don't want to see the words on my phone.
However, this is not there's a 0.1% they reply. I've got to make sure I have an impact. This is like a service for them replying if they like you.
Yeah.
Like say something likable and cool, right?
I mean, I just think that it's funny that like you read my profile and then they're like, I know what'll get him.
I know what he's open to.
Yeah, when I was first like when YouTube was first happening and whatever, and like I had started having people in my DMs, I got two messages from someone. The first one was a message just saying hey, and then a couple hours later, I wasn't responding, of course, because I'll respond if someone's like, telling me that they like my content and has a question for me, then maybe I'll respond. They just said hey, I'm like, I'm not gonna strike it up with you.
Like literally people will be like hey, and then like why won't you respond to me? It's because you gave me nothing to.
What do you want me to say?
I haven't responded to most of my friends.
Oh,
Danny.
Look who it is.
Danny.
Look who it is. It's Danny in the chat.
Danny in the
Classic
chat.
Danny maybe.
With Danny here, first message was hey, second message, unsolicited vagina picture.
Ooh. That's also such a I admire the
I don't admire
it's like we don't talk about unsolicited vag pics.
Yeah.
So it is kind of odd.
It's almost a strike. It's a strike at the glass ceiling in a way.
Yeah, it doesn't I never thought that I would be on the receiving end, and I have to say didn't feel good.
No.
I did not like it. I blocked the person right away.
I mean, I've gotten weird DMs. I've gotten weird sexual DMs.
What was the one event where it worked? What was the one time something like this worked and it spread amongst like the pickup artist community? And
some caveman.
My friend just said it, and now he's married.
A stone tablet.
Yeah, a stone tablet.
Carving of his penis.
Ooh, like Grunk sent.
Yeah, it's like this could be yours.
Sent Olga a stone carving of his dick, and she somehow accepted it, and it boomed into this like butterfly effect of horror.
Fell in love with one of the other 12 people on Earth.
But that's fun. I mean, I just think the mechanics of dating apps are so funny.
Have you guys seen that video of Ben Affleck trying to convince somebody on a dating app?
Oh, dude, it is awful.
What is it?
It's rough.
It's like it's on Riot. I think it's like Ben Affleck trying to match with some girl, and then he sent her a video on Instagram or something, trying to convince her to talk to him. I saw another with Did y'all ever watch that the show the Mask show, freaking Sexy Beasts? One of the dudes from Sexy Beasts who I talked about in my video, someone sent me, and this is stuff that I never want to really put a big spotlight on because it's like it feels private, but there were viral TikToks at this point, so it's like whatever. But like they sent me these TikToks of what the dude from Sexy Beasts who was this very like free spirit Californian guy, where these women on Hinge were like, here's the messages he sent us, and he's like, hey sexy Sharon, do you need a cowboy?
He was like exactly the same guy.
Yeah, he was like the same dude, and it was like it felt very bad. It felt awful. Yeah.
Sexy Sharon.
Yes, I don't think that's her real name, but that's her name.
I sent the link if you want to watch that Ben Affleck thing, by the way.
Yeah. I have it
Oh.
on my
I
phone,
kind of want to
but-
see Nick react
Oh,
to it.
is it on Discord or?
Yeah, just good.
Oh, you're gonna have to.
Oh, I'm
frickin-
gonna have to frickin'.
Oh, I can also screen share. it
No,
if
no,
you
no,
want to
you're
swap
good.
mine.
You good, dog.
Oh my gosh, the fact that you can pop out a window on Discord never occurred to me, and I've been every time I need to look at Discord while have someone on my Twitch screen, they get to see all my
shit.
messages, and I never thought about that.
I think we're going to. I'm gonna wait. Chat, could you hear that? I actually don't know if I have it set up because
I could hear it over the mic,
Yeah.
but not.
Could you hear it over the like? Jordan couldn't hear it. Y'all could hear it. I think it might be set up to where y'all can hear it. You can hear it. Okay, cool. We're gonna do this. Jarvis, do you want people to disclose that they recognize you on dating apps right away? Not necessarily, but don't hide it for a long time. That's happened before. Or it's like I made it to like a date with somebody and then they brought it up like they were like playful about this is years ago. They were like, "Oh, what do you do?" Blah blah. Blah. Oh, that's cool. And then they're like, "I listen to your podcast," and I was like, "Dude, don't do that."
Yeah, asked like
Don't do that.
Purposefully lie
Don't
about-
listen to the podcast. Have you
Yeah,
given
don't
it
do
5
that.
stars?
Okay.
It's me. So is she super big on TikTok? I'm guessing.
I think she wasn't, and then she got big on this.
Because how did she get on Riot? Do they just let like hot girls on there because?
Honestly, dude,
I'm not
they
gonna
will
say
let anybody on.
They
Like,
won't let me on.
literally anybody.
I'm the only one
at
they won't
all.
let on. So I know they won't let
anybody,
me
they have
on.
no standards.
Yeah, because she's not huge on TikTok, so I'm not gonna say. I did say it, but
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just-
go further.
I'm
than
just
that.
gonna say that they never let me on.
Let's
So
just
they
say-
have some
Oh.
standards.
It's sort of like a club in LA where they're gonna let the big boys in,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna stop there. Let's see what.
We can't see. I just don't want to.
Yeah, we don't have to see.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's just a video of his face.
It's just video of his face.
It's just a video of his face. Yeah.
I like how they play the music over it.
Why are they doing it like
Why don't
this?
I bet you could find one without the music.
One that
Look up
doesn't
Ben
suck,
Affleck,
essentially.
Raya, it's me. Why did they do this?
Dude, because they need the
Where did
watch
he
time.
do it?
I bet if you look
is
up.
this what we watched?
Oh, this is probably it. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Naveen, why did you unmatch me? It's me.
Ugh.
Oh wow, that was it.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Naveen, why would you unmatch me? It's me.
Imagine how embarrassing.
Have you
that
seen
would
the
be.
Snyder Cut?
We can't see the video. No, it's just his face. I didn't want to.
It's just his face. You can find his face online actually quite a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy.
Hey, have you seen the Snyder Cut? How do you like them apples?
Did I do a good job?
Remember?
It's me.
It's me. I don't know why it felt so.
That was good.
It reminds me of
It's
your.
me.
Reminds me of your Marge impression.
It's me.
It's me.
It's me.
Why didn't you recognize me? Why did you unmatch me?
I'm Batman.
It's me.
Why did you unmatch me?
What did you do?
Where is she?
Where's
That's
Naveen?
him to Raya support. Where is she?
Where is she? Yeah.
Where are the other matches going?
Why are
did
they
you do with her?
unmatching me? Yeah, I would say that more often than not. Another thing that I don't. I'm not. Why am I talking about this? This isn't like. It's not normally my, like, cup of tea to talk about this stuff. But I was just gonna say that like, the unmatching thing is normal. Like I get like, no way that's you, or I'll get DMs. I'd say the most embarrassing thing that happens to me is I'll get DMs from somebody where they go, "Someone's impersonating you on this dating app," and I'm like, "No, it's me. It's me."
It's me.
I actually had a funny. I had a very distant, relevant, like thing that happened to me. Not. It doesn't have. It's pretty distant. But I had someone. Sorry
Was
if,
it the
if
airport?
you're in the chat. He's a patron of mine. It was a very sweet message. But I have my.
He exposed himself.
I have my. He said. I have my like.
I'm gonna have to reuse the term cream pie,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
God, please, not on the podcast.
No,
again.
I have my third channel, my secret channel that I stream on now because Twitch tends to be a little stressful and I want to just play video games and have fun. And so I post like memes to that channel and just kind of, it's just like a shit post thing.
Yeah.
And I had one of my patrons and someone who's been watching me for a while DM me and was like, hey, someone is reposting your content to this page and is like literally taking your streams and like restreaming them live, and there's like 60 people in the chat watching, and it just is like really makes me bad that someone's like pretending to be you. And I was like, I'm sorry, I know this is gonna be really embarrassing, but like that's just me.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, his account has 20,000 subscribers and is like pretending to be you. And I was like, if you watch the stream, like I'm responding to the chat.
Right.
And like you can tell
like,
it's live.
imagine how like much work that would be if it was somebody who was. Yeah.
And they'd pick me. I'm like, would you rather pick someone who's like has a bigger following?
You're just the guy who's got a response to every possible question in the universe. So
and they're like,
they can just play the clip of.
I mean, I'm glad it stopped there. What if the guy was just like, hey, I found this page, and luckily I'm pretty talented and I was able to track their IP. I've sent SWAT to their house.
They're on their way
I'm
now.
actually outside their house now and I'm coming in with the SWAT team. No, please don't.
There's not quite enough time for you to respond, but I just wanted you to know that I'm about to
I just wanted to give you a heads up, and they should be arriving in 3.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Should we close out the podcast? I mean, we can keep
close it
streaming.
out.
Yeah, I think we had a good amount of time for the.
Yeah, the pod's good. All right, so this is not necessarily the end of the stream, but we are gonna end the podcast. So we end every episode of Sad Boys with a particular phrase. Do you know what it is?
I can do it. I don't remember on the tip of my. I think if you guys do it, it will come to me.
We'll do
if
the
we
first
do the whole
part.
thing, you'll
Yeah,
know.
you do the first part, and I will remember the
All
last
right,
part.
Jordan. 3, 2, 1. We love you.
We love you.
And we're sorry.
Let's go.
Oh, I remembered it. I was like, I don't remember it, and then it just popped into my head.
He wasn't even. He was actually just apologizing.
I'm
And
sorry. I don't
sorry.
remember.
And I'm sorry.
Okay.
We did it. Okay, I'm just gonna hit the
GG.
stop record.
I'm sweaty. We love you, and I'm sweaty.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, or you want it? Girl, too rich for me.